Hi guys, my name is Parag Paul and welcome back in this new video. In this video, I'm going to explain you top 10 Excel functions which you need to understand because these are crucial and you can use it in your day-to-day life. If you want to become a proficient in Excel, these top 10 highlighted Excel functions are crucial. In this series, I'm going to explain you not only this top 10, I'm going to explain you more than 500 Excel functions which increase your efficiency in day-to-day practice. Hi guys, my name is Parag Paul and I'm project management expert, and in this video I'm going to take you to the advanced Excel course. So we are going to look into the sum function, average, count A, count blank, max, minimum, SUMIF, COUNTIF and AVERAGEIF. Okay, so let's go to the sum function first. Okay, so for the sum function, you can see sum function basically we use, okay, to make a sum of the multiple items, whether it is in a row or cells, right? So we have a table over here. We have items like gadgets, okay, SP rockets and all these things, and we have their cells like 120 cells, 155 cells and 210. Now we want to make a sum of all these things as together. So we can use formula is equals to sum equals to like SUM sum, and we can just make a sum of all this one like equals to sum, okay, in bracket, and just select all these things. Okay, so in this way, close parenthesis, you will get the total sum of this all numbers. If we have a certain random numbers, like just let me just let me just put here something. Okay, if I just put here like the certain numbers, okay, not this, okay, copy, my bad, copy, let me just put the certain numbers and let me increase this count to a certain extent. Now I want to make a sum of all these numbers. Okay, how I can make it? Make equals to sum in bracket, okay, from this to this you can select all these numbers, bracket close, enter. So 3758.33333 is your sum. If you want to reduce this decimals, you just go here, okay, in the number tab, home, number tab, and just reduce in this direction. If you want to increase, you can increase also like this. Okay, so in this way you can make a sum of the numbers available. Okay, now let's go back to our main page. Let's go to the next function, average. Now if you want to take average of test 1, test 2 and test 3, which is having a multiple scores, but you want an average of these numbers, how you can take the average? So the average function we use in Excel, okay, and in the bracket we select the range of the numbers for which we specifically want the average. So we just use formula equals to average, okay, this one, then select all the numbers for which you want to take average, close the bracket or parenthesis and enter. Okay, you can see you get the average. Now let me just change this to 90. Okay, you can see it will change. Let me just make it 56. You can see the average. Okay, so in this way you can take an average of any sum. Now you have the range of approximately 20 columns, okay, or 20 multiple rows. In column and rows you can take average very easily. Okay, so this is one of the very simple formula. Why I'm explaining these formulas to you? Because this formula is gonna be crucial for Excel, advanced Excels in upcoming lectures. Okay, now let's jump into the count A. Now let's understand, for count A we use count A specifically to how many cells contain the number. Okay, count. Count means you are gonna count how many cells contains a number. For that particular function we use count. Now let's jump to the count function. So now here we have apples, oranges, pears and grapes, and we have a count of every single fruits over here. But count function is used to count how many cells contains the number. So the function of Excel we are going to use is count, C-O-U-N-T, count, and we are going to select the range. So it is in this way, equals to COUNT count, okay, select the range which you want to specifically use and close the bracket. See, you will get the count 4. Now let me just remove one of the cell and make it blank. See, the number become 3. It means 3 cells are having a count and like number, and one cell is blank. Okay, and this way you can use count function in Excel. Now let's get back and just go to the next function, count blank. Count blank is used to identify empty cells in a range, whether it is in a row or column. So let's jump into the count blank function. We have certain task from 1 to 4 and we have a status in another column. Okay. Now here I want to identify how many cells are blank and how many cells are having maybe text or number. So the formula which we use, it is count blank. Okay, so let's me type formula here, count blank. Now select the range, okay, and close the bracket, and here you will get the count over here. Now let me remove one of the cell from here. See, it means you have 3 blank cells. If I remove this one, see, you have a 4 blank cells. Let me just add all of them. Let me fill by some number. See, you can see it is 0. It means all the cells are having number and there is no blank cell you have. Okay, done. Let me just update status as done. Okay, see, 0. Now let me just remove one of them. You can see 1. So this function is very crucial because using this you can assess how many cells are blank available in the Excel. Now let's go back to our index. Okay, here we are going to learn about max function in Excel. Max function help us to identify the largest values in a set. It means, let's understand this. Now we have a day 1, day 2 and day 3, and we have a certain visitors over here. Now see, like if you are working in any event, okay, something like that, you want to identify these many peoples visited on this date, okay, and you have a certain database of multiple rows and multiple columns, but you want to identify peak visitors that come across, okay, how many visitors visit in a day or how many visitors visit in a week time. Okay, so you have a day wise data. Okay, so obviously day wise data, if you have, you can identify the peak visitor from these 3 days. Okay, if you just marked as a month 1, month 2 and month 3, you can identify how many peak visitors you have, okay, in certain month. Okay, so now you can see that. Let's put one formula over here, equals to max. Now we're gonna understand minimum function. So minimum function helps to understand to find the smallest value in the set. Okay, so let's jump into the minimum function. So let's see the database. We have the data table where we have a day 1, day 2 and day 3, and also we have a certain visitors over here. It means we can easily identify the how many minimum visitors we were having in this 3 date. So use function equals to minimum in bracket and just select the range, okay, and close the bracket. So see, we have a 98 minimum for 98 as the lowest visitors among this database, okay, and that is on day number 3. So this minimum function you can use to assess the data very easily. Okay, now let's go to the next function, SUMIF. Now let me tell you one thing. We already understand sum function. Now we can understand SUMIF function. SUMIF function help to understand the sum with respect to specific criteria, and if it ifs, so based upon the multiple criteria you can do the sum. This sum function is doing the sum of all the cells. Okay, SUMIF you can use to sum with respect to only certain criteria, and SUMIFs function is help to do a sum with a multiple criteria. So let's jump into the SUMIF now. So SUMIF function, we have category fruit, vegetable, fruit, and we have a certain amount. Now I wanted to make a sum of vegetable over here. So how I can do that? So equals to SUMIF Okay, you need to select the range. This is a range. Okay, comma. Now you need to mention criteria over here. So I'm mentioning criteria as a fruit, vegetable. Okay, right? Comma. Select the sum range from where it will pick up the sum and close the bracket. See, 50. Right? In this way, you can do the sum of specific criteria in the whole range. Now you might having the thousand of the numbers with you. Based on this, you can easily do a sum, and this is really very important. Okay. Now let me take you to the next function, count if. Now see, we understand count. Now count if is like based upon a certain single criteria, it will count the number of sales, okay, that meet that specific requirement. Now see here we have a result of pass, fail, fail and pass. But here I want to calculate how many people are having pass result. Okay, there might be 1,000 student you have, but you want to calculate quickly how many student pass, how many student fail. It is not only this result, there's a lots of things you can use. So the formula is count if. Okay, select the range, comma, and you need to give the criteria. I'm going to provide criteria fail. See, two number. If I remove one of